wearing black. Talk about the game, so I'll be handing out cards and everything. I'll be at every Raider game. So.
Good evening, Raider Nation. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. I have no idea. Yeah, if y'all can hear me just yet, right? You know, Turf is always struggle streaming. Shout out to the lead attorney, one of my favorite YouTubers. But yeah, I think we good. I think everything is intact. If you out there, let your boy know. I see we starting to mosey on in up in the building. We got Sacktown in the building. We got Jesus in the building. Shout out to Jesus. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Thank you, Sack. Appreciate you as always, man. Number one moderator. Literally the only moderator. My man takes care of me, though, man. I appreciate that. You have no idea. In fact, you got to let me know if you're going to be at that first game, man. I definitely need to holler at you. Make sure we chop it up, man, and get you one of these turf shirts, man. Get you one of these Ultimate Raider Fan 32 shirts. Yeah, so let's dive right on into it, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I always say chat lives matter. I'll get to that. As soon as people roll in. But, welcome back to the Ultimate Raider Fan 32. I'm really fired up right now because this quote-unquote new look, if you will, right? Raider squad under head coach Pete Carroll and new GM, Spy Tech, starting to take shape. I mean, I'm fired up. Is that in a good way, a bad way, or an indifferent way? Who knows, man, right? Who knows? We'll obviously dive and get into it. But I definitely, obviously, am very excited as far as what everybody's seen. As far as over this week, and we all should be happy about that, in my opinion. So we'll definitely, can't hear on TikTok. No, what's going on with TikTok? Can't hear on TikTok. If you can't hear on TikTok, that just means you should mosey on over to the Ultimate Raider Fan 32 on YouTube. Who is that? Andreas. Appreciate you for coming through, man. What's good? I'm mad that you can't hear. I don't know why you can't hear on TikTok. That's interesting. I haven't had that problem before. But as I stated, man, if you can, I think if you mosey on over to YouTube, Instagram, all of those joints, I think you will be able to hear me from there. I'm hoping. Oh, man, Sacktown can't make the games this year. That sucks. No worries. Obviously, we'll catch up at some point. Some point on this Raider journey. We got Raider Pete in the building, man. Raider Pete says hi. Salute, Raider Pete. And last but not least, before I continue to keep diving into the monologue, we got Biggs. Man, this is bothering me that y'all can't hear me. It's bothering me y'all can't hear me on TikTok. That is so strange. I've never had that problem, at least not yet. But with that being said, yes, if you don't mind moseying on over to the Ultimate Raider Fan 32 on YouTube or X, Instagram, Twitch. We got them all. All right, so let's keep diving on in, man. We started seeing the offense settle a little bit with Geno, right? Staring at the ship. While real battles started to brew behind him, in front of him. all the jokes, if you will. Pause. But for obvious number one on the line. The surprise of camp, like it, hate it. I particularly absolutely hate it. I hate it with a passion for a lot of reasons, but we have, Jordan Meredith has grabbed his inside track at center. Sliding first rounder, right? Jackson Powers Johnson. Not first rounder. First, he was a starter, right? Last year. At center, now he's being moved over to guard. On defense, obviously, it's Max as always. Everybody's happy at that. But depth has shifted because no more Jacorian Bennett, man. And if you know anything about turf and Jacorian Bennett, I didn't dislike him, or, I didn't think he didn't fit in or couldn't be a good corner or even a great corner. In fact, I thought he was our best corner. So, I don't know. Turf comes from the old school, man. I like to motivate, I guess, if you will. And sometimes a lot of people take that as even disrespect or, I'm hating or something along those lines. It has nothing to do with that. I think JB is going to be pretty good, believe it or not. I think he's going to be real good. I used to have my thoughts, right? I used to have my ideas, him coming from the same background as myself, right? Junior college, I used to think that, as the fellas would say, the dunce hat was in order. They tried to say that, under Pete Carroll's regime. I don't agree with it. I don't believe it. I think the reality was and is he was just not meeting the measurables, which is, don't get salute to everybody out there listening for these measurables. Yeah, that's what I think about measurables, right? Doesn't matter if you can play, right? And I'm sure some people would say, oh, hold on, Turf, you're being a hypocrite. What about Jancy? He's complain about him being small. Whole different scenario situation at the number 6 pick, right? It's big difference. Much bigger difference. So I digress, but we obviously gotta deal with that, right? And then with that, Jacorian Bennett being shipped over to the Eagles, my side picks. The Eagles. We got in return defensive tackle Thomas Booker. Shout out to Thomas Booker. And the safety room, obviously had to get a new kind of look, if you will, unfortunately, with Lonnie Johnson's injury. Shout out to Lonnie Johnson Jr. Hope you heal up, my guy. But got Terrell Edmonds flying into that position to compete and see, what I'm saying, we can do. Again, Ashton Jeanty, man, I think we all finally got to see some flashes, something positive, right? Clearly the power, etc. Very happy to see that. I'm hoping that continues to take shape. And he's not already damaged, if you will. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be upfront. We know first play for him. Put him in the tent. Some people read concussion. I would put money on it that it's that shoulder. It's going to be very interesting. I'd hate for him to have to already start his career getting shot up in the shoulder before the game. Wouldn't wish that on anyone, but that hit was vicious. He was winding up that shoulder concussion, whatever it may be. He's doing it, man. He's doing it. He's not like the guys that I said as far as 1A and 1B. If you're late to the party, Turf has already put out who he thought was the best running backs of this class, and Jeanty was nowhere near the top. Unfortunately, the way I had it is Omarion Hampton, 1A, and Travion Henderson, 1B. I had those guys first. Then you can start, looking at the bigger guys, right? The more solid, I guess you would say, guys that have probably a much better chance just in size alone. Just size alone. Being able to, handle the NFL. The kid Johnson from Iowa, I believe he's at Pittsburgh now, right? Judkins, who's about to be a terror, I believe, over in Cleveland. There are a few guys. And then that's just the big ones. I mean, I think there's some fast guys like Bashul Tootin. Shout out to Tootin, man. I think he's got a chance to be straight up special, man. Straight up special. And shout out to Shaq. You're right. See, I told you. Ashton said it was a stinger, right? Exactly. A stinger is, well, it can be neck, shoulder, or, it's not a concussion. So, obviously it's not a concussion. The stinger is not a concussion. But I think we're cool. Like I said, I don't think anybody has to worry about it. He's going to do his thing, for sure. Pigs, you are absolutely right, my God. Yo, RJ Harvey, we're going to have to see that twice a year. It's not going to be fun. I'm just telling you right now. I don't have him higher than Ashton Jeanty, but he's faster. His game translates better. I don't know. I don't know if y'all understand that, but his game translates better. If y'all think that Jeanty can run around bouncing off people and trying to run through everybody like he's done, these past 2 games, if you will, you're in for a rude awakening. We will not have that rookie for long. I don't see him making it 10 games. He's going to have to learn how to run different, period. It reminds me of getting my wake-up call. It wasn't as much as a wake-up call in junior college as it was at Montana State. Woo-hoo-wee. That was a wake-up call, if I do say so myself. An extreme wake-up call. So, I don't forget those days. I'll never forget those. You can't, right? Those are things you just can't forget. I digress. Talked about Jeanty. I guess it's no time like the present, right? Let me see if I can get on over here to my. Let me see. Let's do this. We are going into the next segment of the show. QB2 AOC or QB2 Miller? Which one? Which one are y'all thinking? I think this is tough. And that's the sad part. The sad part is this is tough because, by the way, if you can't see, shout out to AOC. I got AOC apparel. I got signed helmets, cards, flash sale. Shout out to Cowtown if you out there, my dude. I know you want this one card I got. If you still riding with my guy. I'm not going to say I'm not necessarily riding with him. It's just I know it's not. It's a wrap. It's year 3. You're supposed to be progressing regardless of how many coordinators, right? See, I'm fair across the board. I'm absolutely fair across the board, if you will. Some people may think I'm biased. Some people think I'm hating all this good stuff. It's the furthest from the truth. Look, I got to tell this story, before I continue to keep diving in, because it does kind of give you an idea of how I was raised, man. Because my dad was the quiet one, believe it or not. It was Mom Dukes. She was the one running on the sidelines and Pop Warner beat me into the end zone. I'm the one playing. Yeah, she was the one that was choking me up on the sidelines, getting me fired up, that kind of thing, man. And we got a player on our team. His mom is pretty fired up as well already, and I'm talking in the comments, and I don't blame her. Don't talk about her baby, man. But the thing is, I call it across the board, including with my own. If you didn't know, my daughter is a collegiate athlete. She is a gymnast at University of Minnesota. Shout out my GGs, my Gopher girlies. School is starting back up. The season doesn't start till last weekend, December, early January. But in terms of gymnastics in college, it is drastically different than club and anything else. It is 100% a team effort. I mean, you guaranteed better be doing bare minimum 9/8 across the board in any event that you are tasked to do. And my own daughter will tell you, if she ain't cutting it, we got a championship to win. We got a ring. I'm sorry. We need the top 4 girls, 5 girls for each event. Like, it is what it is. It's about competition. Hey, and everyone's saying that's what Pete is about. Compete, right? So I've always been that way. I look at this team with no ill intent. None of these guys I have any kind of personal feelings. Hell, I don't know them. Anything I'm discussing on this piece is definitely just my opinion. Sometimes people aren't going to like it. You know what I mean? Trust me. Hey, I didn't like what people had to say about me when I was playing either. I mean, that's just part of the game, man. It's just part of who you got to deal with, what you got to deal with. Just know for me, I love every Raider. Even when they go down, it doesn't matter, right? I am the ultimate Raider fan. I really am. Whether I love you or hate you, I mean, I'll never forget one of the worst ones, man, Parker. I used to think sometimes we lost just because he existed on the team. Shout out to our ex-tackle Parker. But I just had to put that out there because, look, I'm going at everybody. From that respect. But let me get back to it because I do see we got some questions in the building. Sacktown, Turf, what position did you play? Believe it or not, man, I was a running back. Tailback, running back. It was considered a tailback when I was playing. It was a coveted position, right? I mean, anytime you see the old school videos, you hear the old guys talking. I mean, at USC, what was the position called? It was the coveted tailback. That was the position. That was the thing, right? It used to be what would get you paid the most money, the most prominent, like the most glory, all the love. But that has obviously changed, man. But yeah, that was my position, bro. That was my position. So we're talking about the quarterbacks in Sacktown again. AOC for now, as far as quarterback to AOC or quarterback to Miller. I'm going to say this. Let's see what Pigs has to say. Miller needs reps to develop, but I suspect he's going on a long-term development plan. I would agree immediately, effectively, honest. Yeah, I think he is absolutely practice squad for sure. I don't see how that changes in any way, shape, or form. There's no way we're looking at him to be the backup. I mean, I think we're all going to say that for now, even though none of us are happy with Aiden O'Connell, right? None of us. Pigs. O'Connell has shown nice throws and decisions when the line holds up and wideouts are doing their job. These preseason games haven't been great for our depth. Exactly. I agree. None. We don't have depth. You know what I mean? We really just don't at all, which is part of my problem on our team, just in general across the board. I mean, that's why I have us at 5-12. You know what I mean? It's a real honest, objective, count based on the schedule. We have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL this year, hands down, without a doubt, one of the toughest, hands down. And before I go any further, man, real talk, Raider Nation in the building. Salute my guy. What's good, Toph? Man, I appreciate you for coming through, supporting as always, whether it's 30 seconds or the whole show. Can't thank you enough, man. All my brothers when they come through. That's pretty much all of y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all for allowing me to not have to talk to myself, because if there was nobody here, I'd still be doing this. Yeah, I know everybody is saying the mic is off, and man, you know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can get this thing working. Let me see. I am going to stop this and I'm going to start it. I don't know why my mic is not working. And TikTok, let's see how it goes though. Let's try it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. One more time just for the TikTok people, because hey, I do have a lot of love for TikTok. They come through, ladies and gentlemen. They represent. They really, really honestly come through. So I want to do my best, see if I can get this thing right. Highlights. Yes. Okay. Why do I feel like there's a problem? Yeah, I've never had this shit. Video, camera. Let's see. Camera, video format. Let's see. Audio, video format. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to take care of our TikTok people. Camera. I don't think that matters. All right, let's look at one little piece. I'm not going to disturb the show for too much longer. I just need to give it one more look. It's not that. All right. Yeah, so I cannot. I am so sorry. TikTok. I'm just going to have to figure this out at another time, TikTok. I am going to have to figure it out at another time, TikTok. I apologize for TikTok. Please, mosey on over to the Ultimate Raider Fan 32 on YouTube. Come on over to YouTube. Come check us out on YouTube. Yeah, check us out on YouTube if you can. That way you'll be able to hear. Otherwise, again, I apologize. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, I think I already went live too. Yep, live studio. Yep. All right, let's get back to it. I don't want to get too far down into it. If you can, mosey on over to, obviously, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok not working as far as sound, but yeah. All right, let's get back to it. I apologize. So yeah, AOC or Miller. Miller is going to be on the back burner for quite some time. I don't expect Miller to be around anytime soon. In terms of running this offense, he's a long-term project. Long-term project, period. Point blank. All right. So, at least I got everything from TikTok is in terms of your messages. So you'll see that I can at least play your messages. And we can converse that way, man. Shout out to just another DJ in the building. What's up, my guy? Turf 5-12 sounds like a depressing season to experience. I agree, man, but it's going to be how we lose, in my opinion. You got to look at this schedule. Bruh, you got to look at this schedule. It is by far one of the toughest schedules we've had in quite some time. And I mean, the beginning of the season does not help us. Starting out with the Patriots at a 10 o'clock morning game. I mean, yeah, if we get lucky, we never play well. Don't let the last year's, against the Baltimore Ravens game fool you. We don't ever play that well, right? We just don't. Not at 8 o'clock in the morning. We just don't. We don't play that well. So, I mean, that's the first one. The second one, we're at home against the Chargers, man. We're going to get a healthy dose of who? Running back 1L, Omari and Hampton. We're going to eat running back pause 1B, Travion Henderson week 1. And then we get running back, 1A week 2. And then guess where you got to go? You got to go back to Washington, D.C., bro. Got to go back to Washington, D.C. You really think you're just beating Jaden Daniels week 3? And now you finally get home, man. You're lucky if you get one out of those 3. I don't see where you get one. The only game I can honestly see us getting is the one from home, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. I'll be there. Shout out to all my peoples, in the stadium. This is my first year missing the home opener as far as preseason. It's my first time since they opened the building, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I put my money where my mouth is, if you will. Shout out to Lando Productions. W Setup. I don't know what that means. We got Andreas, as I've stated. What's good? I know y'all can't hear me on TikTok, man, but I appreciate it. If you move one over to YouTube, then that way you'll be able to hear me possibly. I don't know what's going on with the mic. I have no idea why the mic's not working. Sorry. Yeah. But come on over and you can hear us on this side. All right, so that's how I'm looking at it as far as quarterback. As far as the O-line is concerned, Meredith is leading that center, guys. I mean, JPJ and Kappa is right guard. Kappa is injured, right? He's got a rib issue. I mean, who knows, man? I don't know. I was never a fan of Kappa to begin with, personally. I was not a fan of his at all. So I don't think it's helping us. It's hurting us by him not being there, and I don't think it's going to help us when he does become available. Think about it. His rib injury hasn't done much all camp. It's going to take him by week 8 to even feel like himself. And even if you feel like yourself, are you really worth right? I mean, you really had a bad season. Bad season. And again, this is what, you know what I'm saying? This is what PFF is saying, your ex team, why you are on this team. Again, I'm not making this stuff up. Again, hopefully people we have to talk about these things. That's just what it is. As a fan, as somebody that pays hard-earned money to sit in those seats, right? Goes towards everybody's salaries and fun. I'm not complaining, but I'm going to complain when I need to, and guard is a problem for us. It really is. Dylan Parham is sitting at left guard. Obviously, Miller and Glaze are at tackle. That's really what our offensive line is. It's no way around it. That is our offensive line, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't see us getting around that anytime soon. Anytime at all. We got just another DJ. We can beat New England and LA. Got to be disciplined against the run and contain both Drake, May, and Herbert. I agree. I'm not saying, and to be honest, I think these games are going to be crazy competitive. I think they are going to be very competitive. Listen to when I tell you, I really think you're going to see, you know what I mean, a competitive team out there. They're going to compete, like Pete Carroll says and has been saying. I mean, yeah, it sounds corny, all that good stuff, but Pete is going to have these boys out there playing some football. Don't make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. So it's very possible. It's just my problem with thinking that we're going to beat the Patriots. Have you seen the way they've been playing in preseason, let alone just the way that they're coached? There's a reason I wanted Mike Vrabel, and it's because, right, he's not running around tackling people in practice to get people fired up and have fun. He's running around tackling people in practice from killing each other because they are just about business over there in New England. They about that action, boss. Y'all know who say that. About that action, boss. That's what they are up in New England. And I just have a feeling we are going to meet running back 1B along with Drake May. Right? They got a lot of good things coming out of here. I'm not looking forward to it. And I'll be there, by the way. Shout out to all my peoples back home. For Connecticut, stand up. Specifically Wednesday, I will be back in the house. I'm coming home. Yeah, it's not going to be fun at that game, though. I'm glad y'all feel confident about it because I don't. Just going to keep it up being 100%. I'm not confident at all in that game. So we'll have to see. We'll see what we're up against. Hold on. What was I going to do here? Yeah, the audio is going good. Maybe that's what it is. Microphone. Add. Microphone. Microphone check. Microphone check. Well, I was trying to get y'all this mic back, but yeah, still just not working for whatever reason. I have no idea why the microphone is not working for. Okay, so 4 USB audio. Hold on. Here we go. Save. Figured it out, ladies and gentlemen. My bad. We're good now. At least I think we're good. TikTok, holla if you hear me. Yeah, I don't know why my brain works like this. Sometimes I just can't let certain things go, especially when I see it. And yeah, that was one of them. But TikTok, we should be back in the business. We should be back in business, TikTok. Well, I'm shouting out TikTok. Let me shout out. Sandy Smitty is in the building. Hunter IR is in the building. We got Alan Henyard in the building. We got Raider Mike in the building. Yeah, that's TikTok, like I say. A lot of people were missing the audio. I don't know how that happened, but we back. Okay, so where did I end off? Offensive line, right? So now the skill guys. Janty definitely surged, right? That was really good. That was really good in terms of what he showed. Mostert, I mean, I think we know what we have with Mostert. He'll do what he's going to do moving forward. It's interesting to see, man. They are absolutely digging Zamir White. Got to remember, there's a different run scheme, yet again being introduced. He didn't look good the first time, but might look good now. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. He absolutely might look good. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see how that battle goes. I really, really think that Dylan Lowby is absolutely on the outside looking in. I feel bad for the kid, but yeah, maybe he'll get picked up and put on somebody else's practice squad. I don't think he'll make the practice squad. I just don't see a reason to hold a running back on it. Maybe they will have one, and maybe he will be that one on the practice squad due to the fact that he is versatile in terms of special teams. So you're looking at that. Obviously, the wide receiver role, it's a problem. I'm going to talk about it for a second. Shout out to Mama Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to continue to keep saying it. We don't have a number one wide receiver, right? We just don't. We don't have anything or anybody that replaced Devontae Adams. Clearly, Brock Bowers is pretty much basically our number one. I rode Jacoby Myers way harder than any other wide receiver in this whole entire wide receiving core and group. Pause, right? I really did. I gave him, because anytime you look to upgrade our offense, I would look at what position made sense, right? Obviously, we had Devontae. Trey was only a sophomore, if you will, as far as Trey Tucker is concerned. And the fact that he's dealing with what he's dealing with in terms of the quarterbacking situation and the offensive coordinator situation. This is his too, right? Third offensive coordinator in 3 years, right? He had what's the guy? I don't even want to remember his name, right? From Green Bay. Then it went to who do we have after the guy from Green Bay? Then it went to AP, and then it went to what we have now in Chip. It's just, man, I don't know what else to say from that respect. It just hasn't worked out. And we got to figure out how we can get not only a coach to stay, but a franchise quarterback. Shout out to Rundown. Yep. You've been talking about, hey, that Shadur guy that's getting what he's getting over there and wherever. I don't even want to, I digress. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, we need help at the wide receiver situation. Right now, you got Jacoby Myers, you got Brock Bowers, who's going to be big, and a lot of people are pulling for Trey Tucker, including myself, Mama Tucker. Like I said, you look at my background, you know I'm pulling for him. But it's year 3. I can no longer hide a person under the veil, right? It would be like, it's the same thing with Sincere McCormick. Sincere McCormick is exactly that, if you think about it. It's exactly that, meaning that it's his 3rd year. There is no more, breaks. You can't come in and fumble. You can't come in and not know your assignments. You can't come in and not pick up blitz, right? These are things that I'm not letting slide now. year 3, I mean, you need to come in and produce. I don't want to hear that he came in cold. It was only for a couple of plays. You are a veteran in the league now. You are a veteran, man. People don't make it 3 years. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you made it 3 years, you should have a higher standard for yourself, let alone what the fans can have for you. Nothing we say should even bother you or care. And in fact, you probably agree with us, from that respect, the way that I view these things. And if I were in the same boat, right, I'd see it the exact same way. So, I mean, year 3, you got to produce. I mean, I remember I used to always want to hear where I was not, where was I coming up short. My coach would tell me too. He would sugarcoat it. Shout out to Coach Joseph Welch, San Diego native. I want to say he went to Morris High School with his homeboy Lincoln Kennedy. Yeah, y'all know Lincoln. Big Lincoln Kennedy. He went to high school with him and went to University of Utah. Wide receiver. Yeah, he was my running back coach my second year of junior college. Shout out to my JUCO brethren, San Diego Mesa. Man, I was watching Coach JB, and they had Cam Newton on as a guest. Man, what a feel-good story. Because I really, really, truly felt this and believe it. But it doesn't matter what, reason you went to junior college for. There are usually 2 reasons that when somebody's at junior college, period. You weren't good enough, right, to get where you wanted to go initially, or you were a screw-up. Those are the only 2. That's it. Those are only 2 reasons you went to junior college. You weren't good enough or you were a screw up. And the bottom line is, if you can make it through junior college, holy shit, I'm telling you, you can make it through anything from that. I mean, Cam called it, him and Coach JB, they were saying you were in football hell or football. I forget what they were calling. This is literally the last chance, right? Just like the show. Last chance you. I mean, it's just something about a person that I think right out the gate you can trust, especially if they were successful. I mean, look, I'm going to just keep it a beam. It's already bad enough, like I said. You're there for a reason. But if you are a successful junior college transfer, man, listen here. I think it speaks volumes. But yeah, if you ever see that, check that out because it was an excellent feel-good story. If you didn't know, Cam, after going to Florida, right, winning the championship as a backup at Florida, he ended up having to go to JUCO before he went to Auburn to win his own. And he went to Blaine College. I forget where that junior college exists, but back when I was going to JUCO, California was the best. It was the Mission Conference. Shout out to the Mission Conference. I won't call it best conference in JUCO back then. It was just, yeah. The list goes on and on, man. I'm talking too many stories. I'm getting off track, man. We got 15 minutes, so we'll go obviously as far as we need to. But I want to get through this. I've been talking wide receivers. Long story short, this is Trey's year. This is Trey's year. And I'm putting it out there now. Like, I've already, done my dumb purchase of the season, if you will, in terms of any season moving forward. Shout out to Gardner Minshew. I'll never do that again in support. Like, I love to show support where it's necessary and it's needed. And I'm going to say right now it's necessary and needed for my guy Trey Tucker because apparently now everyone thinks I'm throwing him under the bus, right? And the truth is, Everybody's pulling for him, including myself. And when he goes off, right, because y'all got me on board. You got me on board. When he goes off, right, the season starts. I mean, I don't care if I talk to you like a dog, like Parker, or whoever else, Andre James. Thank God that guy would have got a deal, right? Whether I talk to you like a dog, come week 1, kickoff. If you're on that squad, you're a Raider, man. I'm pulling for you. I want you to do your best. I want you to have the best game of your life every week. And I'm right there yelling, screaming, doing my part like the rest of the stadium to cheer you on. That stadium looks so bad against the 49ers, ladies and gentlemen. It's just too much red. It was just bad. Yeah, I keep going all over the place. So I'm on all kinds of tangents. Real quick, Aiden O'Connell showed up into the building. Shout out Aiden O'Connell. What up? Yeah, right. I wish it was Aiden O'Connell, man. Oh, man. Do you have no idea what I would love to have a conversation with you about right now. Year 3, you're hurting my heart, homeboy. I am one of the biggest supporters you ever had, Aiden O'Connell. So, yeah. Don't get me started there. Shout out again to Just Another DJ. Vrabel and JMD are both conservative coaches. They like to keep games close with the run game and dice you up with completions inside the numbers. Absolutely right. And guess what? That's all of our weaknesses, man. That's our weaknesses. They got 2 fabulous runners and Henderson and Ramondre. Bro, and then, you know what I'm saying? They're going to figure it out with Drake May. In terms of those passes on the inside that we just don't do well at. That's why they're going to figure it out on us. You know what I mean? They're going to get that together on us week 1. And it's not going to feel good. But it is what it is, man. And that's what we're going to have to deal with. It's just what we got to deal with. I don't know any other way. It's nothing I can do. I see Andreas joined back on TikTok. Shout out Andreas. You can hear me now, right? I seen my guy Jeff joined on TikTok. It's the first time I seen Jeff join on TikTok, man. I love H339 is in the building. Raiders Nation. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. But yeah, I digress. Oh wait, hold on. I think if I do this, I'll actually get that back on. Hold on 1 second. Tell you, Turf always likes to have everything exactly the way I want it to be so that I can put everything where it needs to go. All right, back at it. We are back at it. Okay. We got a few that just jumped in here. It reminds me of the raid, man. It reminds me of the raid. Shout out to my guy, Tom, man, from the Packers and the raid. Yeah, that was pretty cool. When I got that raid. Looks like I might be getting raided right now. Okay, anyways. You know what? Let's move on because we still got to go through, the 53-man roster. DT rotation, right? With Booker. That's the next situation, right? So let's put it up. Yep, let's pull it up. Let's get it highlighted. Who's your DT3 right now? Who's your DT3? Shout out to the Raider Rundown. Y'all know that's my nephew. Appreciate you for coming through, my guy. As always, hope you enjoy the show. And if you didn't know, that's the hardest working man in business. I try to keep up. It never works. But yeah, like and subscribe. Get on Rundown. Y'all already know the Turf and Rundown show on Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 o'clock Pacific is one of the hottest shows. All right, but yeah, who's your DT3 right now? right? Who do you have edgewise behind Crosby, Kuntz, and Wilson, right? These are problems. I don't know what to say. Like, these are definite problems. I don't know how we're gonna deal with this in terms of the season. I'm not confident at all in our defensive line. Just gonna be honest. You got Butler, right? You got Butler to start. And I don't know, man. I don't like anything behind him. Pause. I know that sounds wild, but it's just true how I feel. I don't like anything behind him. Nothing. Let me go and see real quick because this is gonna be a tight roster. This is gonna be a tight roster. Is this where we at with it? Nope, that's not it. Give me a second. I'm trying to pull up my roster. Where's my roster? I thought I had my roster ready. I'm over here lacking. I don't have my roster ready, guys. All right. One quick second. Football is back. Preseason. Where is the roster? One sec. All right. Is that it? No, that's Kai Blue. But yes, we can use this one. We can use this. All right, yeah. So, looking at the defensive line, right? You got Lalu, Lecky. Lecky is not going to make it. Thomas Booker, Zach Carter. You got Adam Butler and Lalu. Those are the two guys. You got Lecky Frodo in front of Thomas Booker, if you will, and Zach Carter. Are y'all comfortable with this? I'm not comfortable with this at all. But that's how we gonna roll. That's how we are going to roll, and there's nothing I can do about it. Shout out to my guy, Spence in the building. Titletown Sports Talk. If you have not, please, that is the better half of Dead in the Water. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Titletown Sports Talk. Go like and subscribe to his channel. They like Meredith. That is the only honest response answer, that we've gotten. We've been given the story that it's time for JPJ to put on the dunce hat. He's not grasping the offense and capable of making the play calls. All of that good stuff, if you will. At least that's what we were being told. I don't buy it. So I don't know, but there you have it. I'm not happy about our interior defensive line. I think it's a problem. I don't know what we're going to do. You don't just replace a Wilkins, but everyone seems to think we're going to be quote unquote okay. I mean, I think we're going to be quote unquote okay in terms of 5 and 12 seasons. I'm totally okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I think that is absolutely. It's one win better than last year. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. We got Dabber Wax in the building. Y'all know I just love everybody. Dabber Wax. Bro, why are the Raiders generational trash? Who's your squad, Dabber Wax? I'd love to know who your squad is. I'd like to know where you're from, Dabber Wax. Where you from, man? Yeah, I know. 20 years, no playoff wins. 40 years, no Super Bowl. Generational, bro. I don't know if you can tell or know, but clearly Turf is of age. I'm 50. Dabber, I'm 50. So I actually got to see him win early, bro. I was 8 years old when we won the Super Bowl. Marcus Allen, the only MVP in college, pros, right? Only championship winning college pros. That he's one of one. Shout out one of one to my guy. In terms of you wanting to come through and talk all this trash. Northern California 49ers. The 40 Winers. Really, bro? Nah, welcome to the show, man. I do appreciate it. Hey, we love it all, man. All walks of life in this NFL journey, if you will, football. Yes, 83. 83 Dabber Wax. Yep. And hey, man, I have no problem. At least I've won one. I mean, we've won 3, right? Shout out to Raider Nation. It's more than most, man. If you're from Northern California, you born and raised, you absolutely got it right. You know, I mean, even if you're not, right? Even if you're a 49ers fan and you live in Wichita, Kansas, whatever floats your boat. I'm from Connecticut. I'm born and raised in Connecticut, and we didn't have professional sports teams, right? I wasn't dealing with New England. I'm not dealing with the Giants or the Jets. You know what I'm saying? So I play running back, man. I wore the number 32 like this gentleman right here my whole entire career. So it is what it is, man. That's why I'm a Raider fan. And y'all definitely got a drought. See, at least you fair about it and you can talk about your own team having a drought. You know what I mean? That's why I can welcome fans of all teams, man, because especially if you're fair. So at least I know if you're going to talk about mine, you're going to talk about yours too. That's what's up. Welcome, Dabber Wax. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show, my guy. So, yeah. Back to it. You know, we're talking. Who's your DT3, right? It's got to be Booker, but we all know it's bro, we got robbed. Oh, we got robbed, bro. That was highway robbery. Who else thinks that this is highway robbery in terms of Booker for Jacorian Bennett? I think this was so bad. I think this one will absolutely, especially when he wins a Super Bowl again this year. And he's probably in it and returns one as pick 6 or something. It just sounds, it's just so typical for, what happens in terms of players, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just what happens, man. Shout out to my brother, man. PTS. Talk the Show podcast. Y'all already know. Shoot, all of y'all that's here probably come from his elk, if you will, cut from his cloth. All of my guys usually come from his background, man. So hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Shield Squad be just representing. It is what it is, man. Appreciate you for coming through, my guy. Yeah, we got Go Broncos in the building. See, I've been telling my brothers, I get a lot of y'all wild ones, man. Go Broncos for the AFC West. I don't think you far off, dog. See, and I mean, I hate the donkeys. Yeah, see, you're about the only one. I'm sorry, Go Broncos, but donkey, you're the team I hate the most. Sorry. You can blame Walter Robinson for that. Shout out to Walt C. Robinson, Denver native, my roommate in college. I hate y'all. I hate y'all. A lot of us hate the Chiefs, right? A lot of us Chargers. Depends on where you live. I hate the Donkeys. So, but appreciate you for coming through, man. Hope you enjoy the show. We got Big Mo Uncensored in the building. When he gets hurt again, we'll be thankful. I don't know what you're talking about, Big Mo. When who gets hurt, again, we'll be thankful. I don't know what you're talking about, but you talking about Jacorian Bennett maybe. Because that was one of the issues with Jacorian Bennett. He could not stay healthy. Let's keep it a beam. He couldn't stay healthy, never could. And I mean, it is what it is. We'll have to see how that works out for the Eagles. You know, not our concern anymore. It's no longer an issue for us to have to deal with. But it's so funny that we're talking about it because we come up on the secondary and special teams people, right? In terms of cornerbacks, right? Post Bennett, who wins that slot, right? Who's going to be our slot guy? I think our slot guy is going to be. Give me a second. I think our slot guy is Darnay Holmes. That's who I think our slot guy is. Darnay Holmes. 100%. Darnay Holmes is the slot. And, behind him you got Greedy Vance and Kai Blue Kelly. But I think Kai Blue Kelly is starting to creep. I would assume he's probably surpassed. He's probably surpassed our boy here in terms of Greedy Vance. So you got Darnay Holmes and Kai Blue Kelly out there for that slot position, right? I don't know, man. In terms of cornerback, I don't know, man. I have a feeling you got Eric Stokes on one side, and then you got the rookie on the other one, man. Yeah, I think you got the rookie on the other side as far as Darian Porter is concerned. It's going to be interesting, man. Behind Eric Stokes, JT Woods, they've been high on Woods. And again, like I say, behind Porter, you got Decamian Richardson and Sam Webb. Bro. And I already just told you I wasn't happy about our defensive line. I'm even more unhappy about our secondary. Just with the reality of giving up our best freaking cornerback. And Jacorian Bennett. And everybody knows, I mean, he's by far my favorite player. But he was by far our best player at the position. I don't understand what we were thinking there. It just doesn't make sense. None of that made sense, man. Yeah, none of that makes sense. Yeah. And Big Mo, you are absolutely right. Kelly is sneaking up on the charts. And again, another issue I have. Kuntz not making much noise. Whoever knows if Kuntz will get back to business, if you will, and himself as usual. I'm not betting that. There's very few guys that come out of ACL tears like that, particularly on the defensive side. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've seen, what your boy Diggs is doing over there in Patriot Land. Shout out to Spence and those Patriots, right? Stephon Diggs, he came off an ACL. And the thing is with Kuntz, it's been well over a year. He has zero excuses, Kuntz. Zero excuses. So I'm a little nervous for that. I don't know how that's going to work out. right? Coons, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. But in terms of where he is, I mean, he's starting on the other side of Crosby, right? You got Tyree Wilson in the mix, right? This kid Jafari Harvey. Ja Joyner is a guy that, again, we haven't heard anything from. I'm not happy with it. I don't know what went wrong there. That kid had a high motor. He's kind of fading. I don't know what that's going to look like. Behind Kuntz, we got Snowden, man, and Tonka. And from what I heard, a lot of people looked at Tonka and they liked what they were seeing. A lot of people liked what they were seeing from Tonka. So, I don't know. This 53-man roster situation is going to be... It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be tough. It's going to be hard to figure out. Real talk. I can't imagine some of these cuts. They're going to immediately get picked up, I think. Let's just keep it a bit. I think you'll see people get picked up, even if it's for the practice squad. I think you're going to see anything we drop get scooped up. That's my guess. We got about, 7 to 10 guys that's going to need to be dropped. And I think that's what you're going to see. But let's keep moving down the line, right? Linebackers. Right, let's look at linebackers. You got, obviously, Jermaine Pratt. I think he's starting on one of those outsides. You got Devin White starting on one of those other sides, right? And then last but not least, middle linebackers got to be Elandon Roberts. There's no question. I mean, Eichenberg... not feeling. Cody Lindenberg is a rookie, so I got time for him. Barrett, I don't know, man. What year is Barrett? Barrett, I don't know. That's where we got to start having those conversations. Or are we just cutting Cody, right? Do they cut a Tommy Eichenberg? I would cut a Tommy Eichenberg. I know who else would cut a Tommy Eichenberg. Shout out to my dog, Severe. Where you at, Severe? I already know you definitely cut Tommy Eichenberg. That's your favorite friend, my guy. Favorite friend. Pigs. Yeah, I know, bro. Snow was parked under the influence. Overhang. It's typical for Raiders. Yeah, it's typical. He didn't get... Tell me this is the same one. Please, Big Mo, tell me this is the same one. Yeah, this isn't a new DUI, right? This is the same existing one. Please. And he's just dealing with this one. That's what I'm praying for. Because if he got another one, wow. It's just... It's beyond, yeah. It's beyond crazy. If it's another one. Yeah, I don't know. Man. Let's finish this. Let's finish talking this out. I'm not going to go through the 53-man today. I shouldn't say, well, we've already gone through it, but you know what I mean. I won't give my final prediction. I'll give you a prediction. It's not my prediction. I'll give you a 53-man roster prediction. Yeah, I'll do that on the way out. Yeah, I'll definitely do that on the way out. But we were talking, right? I didn't have to worry about tight ends. You guys know Michael Mayer, Brock Bowers. It is interesting to see if we keep Quadre's son or Rocket, whichever one is son or uncle, nephew, son or nephew, whichever one he is, to the great Raheem Ishmael Rocket. Yeah, that was the dude. Yeah, he looked promising too. He actually he looked pretty good. It wasn't bad at all. So yeah, there you have it. So you know what? I'm gonna run through this. We are already 10 minutes over. 10 whole minutes over. Yep. So we just gonna ride it out. Big Mo, you are absolutely right, my guy. The league does not like the Raiders. They never have, and they never will because of what I did. Just to give you a quick little short brief history lesson, if you didn't know, there was this thing called the AFL that Al owned while the NFL existed. Al forced the merger of the AFL and NFL to become what it is today. Hence the hate for our guy forever. Yeah, so okay, real quick. 53-man roster. 24 guys on offense. You got Geno Smith, Aiden O'Connell, right? Practice squad, Cam Miller. We already know that. Running backs. You got Ashton Jeanty, Raheem Mostert, Zamir White, Sincere McCormick. Practice squad, Dylan Lobby. See, and you already heard me say I don't believe he's getting practice squad, but hey, I told you it's a prediction. It's not mine, but it's definitely a prediction. At wide receiver, Jacoby Myers, straight tackle, Dante Thornton, Colin Johnson, Alex Bachman, and Jack Bash. Looks like Jackson Jr. is on the outside looking in. Short is on the outside looking in. And Dorsett, man, speedy veteran, who a lot of people probably thought had a really good shot at making the squad. But, I mean, hey, again, this is prediction. This is just a prediction. Brock Byers, Michael Mayer, and Ian Thomas at tight end. And then the offensive line, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all ready for this offensive line? Colton Miller, Dylan Vaughn, Jordan Meredith at center, Jackson Powers Johnson, Alex Kappa, DJ Glaze, Thayer Mumford, Antonio Mafi, and Will Putnam. That's 24. Yeah. Yeah, that's 24, man. Let's move on to the defensive side, right? Where there's 26, right? 26 on defense. Max Crosby, Malcolm Kuntz, Tyree Wilson, Jafari Harvey. I don't know why that. I don't. That just can't. It can. I mean, Adam Butler, Jonah Lau, Lecky Fotu, obviously Thomas Booker, and Zach Carter. Practice squad is going to be Peglis and Copeland. I don't even understand that. At the linebacker position, right? You got Jermaine Pratt, Landon Roberts, Devin White, Tommy Eichenberg, Jalen Smith, and Michael Barrett. With Amari Gaynor hitting the practice squad. That's, again, this is not Turf's prediction. This is just a prediction, right? You know, Turf is going to be mixing, matching, grabbing, dropping, doing what's necessary to show for the real show, right? For the real show. The real finale, if you will, before the season starts. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to ASAP in the building. What's cracking, ASAP? Glad to see some loyal Raiders in the chat. Shout out to the real ones. Y'all know who you are. Chris and Turf. OG. Salute. All right. Moving on. Cornerbacks. Eric Stokes. Darnay Holmes. Caillou Kelly. The Cameron Richardson. Sam Webb. Grady Vance. Wow. Really? Safety. Jeremy Chan. Isaiah Pullamile, Terrell Edmonds, Trey Taylor, and Chris Smith with Lonnie on injured reserve. So, specialist, right? Daniel Carlson, best player on that team. AJ Cole and Jacob Bobermoyer. Yeah, man. And they say the last 5 in, I mean, it's saying, Bachman, Meredith, Booker, Edmonds, and Harvey, with the last 5 out being Cam Miller, Dylan Halvey, Pegwis, Amari Gainer, and Shorter. That's in terms of making the practice squad. That's somebody's prediction. I won't say who. I just, I like to give a prediction. I will obviously be giving mine after the Cardinals game, the final preseason game of the season. I'm excited. I'm very excited. So, what are we going to be watching in terms of this Cardinals game? QB2 resolution. It's obviously going to be it's going to be AOC. You know what I mean? What that interior D-line rotation is going to look like. Are they really going to try to just force Booker in there because they paid for him and gave arguably potentially one of the best corners in the league away? It's possible. Yeah. Center guard situation, man. Kappa coming back. JPJ, is he going to actually lose his job? I don't know, man. I don't know. And then last but not least, slot cornerback. Big nickel usage is at Holmes, Edmonds, Chin, right? Adams, we know he's been doing what he's doing. So, yeah. That is your show, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great show. I'm 20 minutes over. A lot of off the cuff tangents, but it's all good. I don't mind it as long as y'all don't mind it. I think we got off what we needed to get off. Shout out to Win City Raider in the building. For everybody that is here, please don't forget, move one nosy on over to the Ultimate Raider Fan 32 on Instagram. Most importantly, YouTube. Hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe button. And last but not least, click on the notification, man. Click on that notification. Let us notify you that we are here giving this news. This is going to be an interesting season. I don't know. I mean, I get it. 5-12 is not sexy. No one's looking at that as being... It's an improvement from last year. I'm just more realistic this day and age. I don't know any other way to put it. Shout out to Reese Rod Raiders. So, I'm not thinking big about it from that respect. This has been a great show. Y'all already know tomorrow night I will be with my guy, the one and only Coach Angelo Reyes. Knockout Canvas Thursday night. Title Time Sports Talk, your boy Spence, the Patriot fan. And Fridays, we'll figure this stuff out. Things are, there's a lot of shows that I was a part of. You all know a lot of things have gone crazy in Turf's world. So starting to get it back. The regular specific schedule though. So until then though, till the next time I see y'all. I think Leo is up. Shout out to my dog Leo. I think he's got a show coming right now. So tune on in. I know Chris and them, everybody's got shows today. Check them out. But until next time, Turf is out. Peace.
Let's go, baby. silver and black. We'll talk about the game. So I'll be handing out cards and everything. I'll be at every Raider game. So.